Finally, been 95 days. I have been waiting for my Rhino rack. Gonna throw them on top of the old Raptor. I'm a little concerned. I haven't unboxed this yet, but it's kind of a funky way to box some metal racks. So this all came out as one piece. I didn't post a video, but this looks okay. It looks like it pressed down a little bit. So I got the roof rack. This rail kit came damaged. Some damage, surface damage mostly, from Rhino rack. By the way, E-Trailer, very, very good seller. I highly recommend them. But they got me a new rail kit. The actual Pioneer platform itself came in very good condition. It's just this rail had some gouges and scratches, but it got replaced. They did an excellent job shipping it. So here I've taken out the bars, crossbars from the box. Now the powder coating on these aluminum pieces is, I'm going to say 99.5% perfect. They did an excellent job sending those, packaging them. There are a couple really, really minor, almost unnoticeable things, but that's going to happen anyways from use. So here's the clamping kit, and then the leg kit. Lifetime warranty, aerodynamic design, reduces drag and wind noise. So here you got the side clamping pieces to the bars, and then these will connect in the top window frame. So these all look good. They have nice rubber pads. These are plastic, and then there's these guards too as well for the channels. You also get a tool, and they lock. Keys, there's some screws in there, and stickers for what each is, what each section is. So they want you to put these rubber guards in this channel. This is proving to be a little bit tedious. The end ones you can slide. This one I found that I had to pinch it in there and then sort of tuck it in with my finger. If you've got nails, it's going to be difficult. You probably could get like a nylon or a wood piece and sort of wedge it in there. So I got these rubber channel guards in. So a couple things here about this pad. I was thinking about this. So the picture's not clear. The picture here shows the pad going in, and then I guess the pad's supposed to be in here. That's step one, but there's a picture of a razor. I didn't have to cut any, so that's confusing me a little bit. Maybe they want you to fill in these end gaps. But then I was thinking about how do you attach it to the roof rack or the roof tray if these are full, because for example this would slide in here, and then you would tighten it down on the other side on top of the tray. But there's a couple different options with the tray. One of them is this. There's a bottom, so you can fit that on the bottom and then put 2 screws in. And I actually think that's the way I'm going to do it, because I'll have 2 screws and all this additional clamping rather than just one single point in here. I feel like, even though there's it's actually a really nice piece, by the way. This came with the Pioneer tray. It was an extra piece that I had after I put that tray together, but this is a very nice machined, I mean very, very strong piece, versus you're really just going to be relying on the tension of this lip against the top of the bar here and these threads holding the whole thing together. So it's hard for me to say. I mean, there's like a vinyl rubber pad here. What's exactly going to be stronger, but my hunch says that surface with the greater area to grip, I believe, is going to be better, even though you'll have a soft membrane or a soft piece here in between. So, and then that'll make it easier if this dimension didn't line up on the side. I'd have to cut or remove, and this thing was a kind of a pain to get in, so I don't want to mess with that anymore. So we'll do it that way. So the other thing here is, if you decide later that you want, you can pull this out. I mean, it's not permanent. Probably could just get a screwdriver in there and flip it up and just tear it out. But I screwed in these bases on the side, and you'll see here that you can still get this in, at least on the side. That will be mostly covered by this end cap, but you'll still be able to get that in there and then be able to tie down onto that. There is a limited amount of clearance on this side, but it's on this side, but it's not touching. So some of you who don't get the Pioneer rack, again, that's my roof tray, rack, whatever, I use them interchangeably. You'll have to use that, or you'll have to probably adjust this rubber or not use it to get your tray or whatever you're putting on, or not. I mean, the other thing is, if you have a setup like this that clamps on the sides, you should be fine like that too. So the other cool thing about the Rhino system is you'll see here they have all these different points where they want you to measure in between, and then there's a direction for the base pads. So these are the critical measurements. That's all spelled out here. Really good instructions. Load rating, 165 pounds. On road, they say 154. Well, the rack weighs 11 pounds. The roof allowance is 165. Off-road is 77. On-road 154. So I just got these suckers in. It was a little bit more than I anticipated, but really lining up well. These pads are sitting in the channels very well. The doors close and open without any issue. They look really nice. They added a great look to the truck that I was kind of looking for. Very happy with that. Just a note here. Their instructions are pretty good. I'd give them maybe an A- or an A, but certainly not an A+. So there's one thing here, I don't know if you can see this. You see where it says in out? This is the driver's side, and then in out on the passenger side. So they wanted one of these base pads. You see here, there's this arrow, and then this hinges in a certain direction. I could not get these pads to work with two of them facing the same direction, out. So they're going to give you a chart for your truck. It's going to have the F150, SUPERCREW, Super Cab, Silverado, GMC, and then it's going to tell you which way these foot plates are supposed to go in the rear. That's supposed to go out. And then in the front, again, it's supposed to go out. Well, if all four of them go out, like this diagram, I couldn't get that to work. So I'm going to call this a typo. And I mean, out should be, what is it? I mean, that shouldn't be out to the inside of the vehicle. So I think that's incorrect. Another thing here, their measurements, this is 11 and 1/32 of an inch. That's really hard to get. So I have another tape measure. It's got 280 it's got millimeters, and this was much more exact, because it's going to be very difficult to get 20 and 15, 30 seconds on a line that you can easily see on your tape measure. But if you have something, in metric, you can get a line to mark. And again, it doesn't have to be exact on the vehicle, but you do want them square. So when you're all done, what I did was I ran a tape measure from the center point of the first rack to the center point of the second rack, and it was like, instead of 800 millimeters, it was like 80 1/4 or something. You know, it was off a little bit. But what I did make sure is that both sides had that same measurement, 80 centimeters, whatever I had. So that way, at least I knew it was pretty square. They do give you some stickers. They do give you some stickers to mark the sill of the door. So if you take them off, you'll have markings, and then you'll also have these other right, left, right, front, whatever, to do that, to reinstall them easily. Final notes here. They give you this hex or Allen to tighten down the brackets that go into the door, and they tell you that that should be 4 to 5 Newton meters, and to also tighten them down equally. So I was doing 3 turns on each side, but the cool thing about this is kind of like a torque wrench. So when you get the torque that they want you to have, this curve will straighten. I thought that was kind of neat. And then also the other thing is, the instructions did say you might get some different end caps. There was 2 different sizes to pay attention to. I found that all 4 of mine are the same. A couple other install notes. You may feel like these channels are not lining up. There's actually there's a lip here, and when I was first messing around with these, the lip was like up here, and I thought, you know, wow, maybe they gave me the wrong kit. But once everything gets tightened down, then this is actually flush. So that was the basic install of the Rhino rack crossbar kit. I'm gonna get my roof rack up there, the Pioneer platform, roof tray, and then that'll be my next video. So thanks everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe.